Good afternoon. So, what was so important of my experience in the coffee farm in Thailand, at the Suan Lahu organic coffee farm? Initially was the idea to go in this farm and learn about coffee, how the coffee grown, and all the process and so on. But it became something even more important spiritually, because what I seen there was something I already knew, but to see it in person and kind of like live it with them, it was obviously more powerful. We all came into this life, and most of us has no clue or very little clue why we exist. And despite that, we are subject to rules and laws from a system that we didn't choose as well. Some can be slightly luckier than others, some can be really unlucky, where the lottery of life throw them and make them to born. Now, I feel to be definitely luckier than other people in this mystery, because where I was born, I had what they call the modern society convenience. And they are lights, electricity, hot water, a warm house in winter, and so on. But the problem lies when I've been not given any other options. All I've been taught at school was you learn a job, some will pay more, some will pay less. Most of them pay just enough to survive. And that's it. And that's how it works. If you're happy, good. If you're not happy, the way the system works, well, then you need to find a way to live differently. And as we know, it's not easy. Now, yes, I can go and learn how to build a house, I can learn how to grow food. It requires time, energy, effort. Try to find a community that lives in the same way. Is not easy. It's possible, but it's not easy, and it's hard, and it shouldn't be like this. Because from school, the same system, they should have taught me both ways. Rely to the system with the jobs they tell me I have to do, paying the bills in the way they tell me to do, pay the taxes in the way they tell me to do. Or if I want to live self-sustainable, without relying entirely to the system, or maybe relying partially to the system, able to learn how maybe to build a wooden house, learn how to grow food, so that if I'm not happy with the system, I can find another way to go through this mystery. But I haven't been given this option. I've been given just one option, but this option has a side effects. The side effects is when the same people that build the system and tell you how to live life, how to work, how to pay the bills, decided that you should just have enough, but not too much. You should just work enough hours, but not with too much free time. Then you become dependent on this system. And if this system is broken or corrupted, as it is, you basically are a slave thinking to taught, that is being taught to be free, but that at the end of the day is not. Because if I need to borrow money from a bank to buy a house, and I have to pay back for the next 30 years, because most of the jobs won't allow you to buy a house and pay it in 5 years, you're not free, you're a slave. If I want to buy a business, and this business it's impossible to buy with the so-called normal jobs, and then you need an investor, so you need the money from the bank, you're not free, you're a slave. So when for the 90% of the people the situation is only to borrow money that you will be able to pay back for the next 20-30 years, then you are a slave. And when the majority of jobs won't allow you, and the majority of people won't be able to pay those debts in a very short time, that means that it's not an accident. So if you're in Italy or in England or in Australia or Thailand or Japan, and it all works in the same way, so that means that only on the surface they look like independent states. They are run by the same people that place in different countries, different people that give you the idea of being independent. And without touching the borders bullshit, the passport bullshit, and so on. So we haven't been given any choice. That's how it works. You do the jobs we tell you to do. You will earn what we tell you you can earn, and giving to very few the chance, especially if those few will comply and obey to the way the system works. And if you don't, so if you don't want to work in the way we tell you, if you don't want to pay in the way we tell you to pay, then you are on the street. And because you don't know how to grow food, you don't know how to build a shelter, then you're fucked. So you have no choice. You have to obey. So why this experience in at Suan Lahu organic coffee farm, and living with the Lahu community was important? It was there. I saw people that even the government tell them that, well, you don't want to live in the way we tell you. Well, that's it. The Lahu knows how to build a house. You cannot do, you don't want to do, oh, we decided that now there is not any more jobs available, because we decided we want to create chaos. Well, the Lahu community doesn't care, because they know how to grow food. They know how to live simply. Now, they might have had no choice in life, and maybe now they have a choice, but the thing is, they can choose to live without rely to the system, or they can just live partially relying to the system, because at the end of the day, they know how to get water, they know how to grow food, they know how to survive being a community, and I don't. They can cut the tree, get the wood, and build a wooden house. They can get the water getting into their houses. They know how nature works, and what they've done until now, before they kind of like been slightly assimilated by the Thai system, they were able to live independently from the state. Now, I'm sure, you know, it wasn't easy. You know, you didn't have, like, they didn't have electricity in the past. They didn't have roads. So obviously, it's not all romantic. All right. But the thing is, if we lived in a civilized and wise society, we could live like them with the convenience of modern society, you know, like electricity, hot water, and so on. And we could know, and we will know as well how to be self-sustainable and independent. But we didn't have that options. We just been given one option. You rely to us the system. And that's why that experience with the Lahu was so powerful. The Lahu lives together with the nature. They have problems like we all have. Things are changing even there, again, because the system slowly got into their community, started to introduce all the wars of the system will again chemicals to grow food, chemical fertilizer to grow food, all the fake needs, you know, a big car or to have a big house. And the farm, the Suan Lahu organic farm, was a powerful experience as well, because they were trying to show to the farms that they need to get back to a natural way of living and farming, because they are now, most of the farmers now, you know, they've started to pollute their lands, they start to pollute their waters, and that's because they started to introduce those false needs that they require money, and when you require money, you need to produce. There was something really powerful that the farmer, the manager of the farm, told me, and it was like, Alex, yes, you know, we didn't have electricity, all right, we didn't have roads, but when I was a kid, we used to work 6 months a year, just this, you know, the season, like to plant and the harvest and so on. And then we had the 6 months for ourselves to play music, to talk, to understand life or nature. But then since we started to being assimilated by the so-called modern society, we are now work every day. They are not working as fast and you know, it probably is not as stressful as it is for us, but they are now catching up. They still have the advantage that if they really want, they can come out of that, because they know how to support themselves. And they can choose. We can't. And that was powerful. It really taught me how something I already knew, that we are really being scammed by this system, but like seeing that and admit to realize it even more, it becomes stronger, the message. So it was really, really important. The farmers is basically a social enterprise where they sustain the community, and they are sending a strong message to the other farmers: go back to the natural farming. We are part of the system, we are part of the nature, the cycle of nature. We are not above, it's not what they told you to. We are the same, we are part of it, and if we break that cycle, we destroy everything. And obviously the future generation will pay the consequences, as he was telling me that in the future the kids, they might not have any more clean water to drink. We could drink water from the source. You do this in Italy or in London, where I live in England, and you get food, you get poison, and you need to be hospitalized, or you need medications and so on. So we are going to brew a coffee with the coffee they grow, and they roast. They roast their own coffee, and we're going to use my usual recipe. Let's I would say I might go this round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 on the Comandante grinder. $15 grams standards, and I think I'm gonna go with a nice 1:15 ratio, 15 grams to 20-30, more or less. It's 1:15. This one is a mid, I would say it's like a dark roast. It's darker roast. And I don't have a temperature control kettle, so I have no idea how I mean, I can't control the temperature. With a temperature control kettle, I would probably get it maybe around 88, 86, 88 degrees, due to the fact that it's a dark roast. And when you have a darker roast, you don't want the water to be too hot, because you don't want to, like, they're already very brittle. It's very easy to extract, so you don't want to have way too hot water, because that means you will extract too much and you will get easily a very bitter cup. So lower temperature for medium dark roast, it's always quite important, and that's the case. So we see. The video is more to talk to explain what I have, and to talk about Suan Lahu organic coffee farm, because they deserve the best of it. They deserve to be known. They deserve to have a coffee shop buying coffee from them, because they're literally just surviving. They're actually they're losing money. The people that started this project with the Lahu community, they basically put money, but the reality is that they are not making money. And I want them to at least to make enough so that they can run this project without have to each year try to find funds to support the farm. All right, I'm just gonna boil some water. So boiling some water, and then we're gonna pour it 230, and then we're gonna wait like 5 minutes, and at 5 minutes I'm gonna, well, I would say probably less. I would go probably like 2 minutes. Normally if it was a light roast, I would normally go like 5 minutes. Like in the past I used to do 10 minutes brew, but I think this is quite dark, not extremely dark, but dark. So a 2 minutes with a 1 minute push, I think might do the job. Let's see. All right, let's go. $100, I let it bloom a little bit. It's the gassing. And now I had the 100 grams, and now I'm going to add the 230. Et voila. I now put the plunger to stop the water from dripping. Put this one back. Not a good looking kettle. So I don't know. I don't know what we can do. I don't know how we can change things. I mean, this is something that has been going on for a long time. Definitely, I'm 47. Has been going on since I was born, and I don't know how long it goes backward. Yeah, it pisses me off. It fucking pisses me off because, yes, I have pieces of the puzzle of this mystery called life. So I know there is more of what met the eyes. I had like a lot of experiences, mystical happenings, and so I know that this is just like a blood illusion, and I'm not attached to this madness as I used to be, because I'm learning now to come out from the way I was indoctrinated. But I'm still part of it. I know that a lot has to do with energies, so it's very important to keep our inner energy high. It does really affect the external. I witness myself in my journey, so that's very important. Obviously, anything else is just fake. They need to buy, they need to be something. It's just an illusion, just temporary. My face, my body is just a costume, it's not mine. But I'm still part of it, trying to navigate. And I just want everyone to be able to enjoy this short journey. I mean, I can see how my higher energies, it does affect my external reality, and things going not perfect but all right, and enjoying a lot. peace, even sometimes not easy and not always peaceful. But I just want the way that I'm now capable to navigate through this mystery. I would like it to be possible for everyone. And I just would like that this lower planes of existence, that is this planet, would elevate. And maybe it is as it is for a reason, maybe for us to learn and grow and become stronger and more powerful and better. But then the last question is always there: why this entity we call God, that is all-knowing, needs to create in the first place, or needs to create inferior entities so they can learn. That's what puzzles me, and it really sometimes drives me crazy. But no, I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't have really the answer. So that's why the only answer I get to myself, if I'm here while the time to go arrives, I just want to be a kind person to others, and it's not easy. And we're just being a good example of kindness, and it's not easy either. All right, it's very hot, so I won't really be able to taste it. But it's good regarding, because it was made with a purpose, for a greater purpose. It was made to try to give a better future to the next generations. Have a good day.